Hey vlog, hey YouTube. You might be like, oh my gosh, Scarlett is actually wearing a real outfit. Wait, let's take a moment of appreciation for my outfit real quick. Okay, you actually can't even see the entire thing. Great! I'll show you it later on in this video maybe. But it's because today is orientation day. So I'm a sophomore in high school now. Really crazy to say that. Cause you know, I was used to being like, I was used to freshman Friday where they would shove me in lockers, you know, and now I'm a sophomore and I get to shove people in lockers. That was a really bad joke, by the way. I don't know why I walked into my bathroom, but it just has better lighting than the rest of my house. So, but basically for orientation, I don't know what freshmen do, but I know that it's basically just like we walk through the gym, get our new schedules, freshmen get their Chromebooks, but I mean, I just get my new schedule and then we get an ID photo. Hence me dressed up. So, but I was really thinking about it. Really, I think that like the way this society sets kids up for high school makes it seem as though it's like this whole tectonic shift. Like, they make it seem like it's the craziest change that will ever happen in a kid's schooling life, which doesn't make any sense to me. And I think part of it is just culture. I think part of it is just like, oh, kids see high schoolers in movies and think that, oh, high school is so much more different than what I'm living in elementary school or middle school. But it's really not. Because as people know, movies are fiction. So, but I'm just walking in circles in my kitchen. Anyways, but like, I feel like just, like American, like, society sets high school up to be like this big change. Makes it seem like it's like gonna be the biggest just shift. I can't think of any other adjective. Like, I remember going to high school and my mom and dad were like, classes are gonna get harder, Scarlett. Because here's the thing, I'm not gonna say this in like a pick-me-girl way, but I'm naturally smart in academics, okay? I can say that. My parents were convinced that like high school would be my humbling moment where like, Scarlett thinks she doesn't need to study, but she actually does because she's going into high school. I do need to study, but it's a lot less hard than they thought it would be. And so at the end of my freshman year, they were like, gee whiz, high school was easy for Scarlett. Like that my parents, they were like, you know, we really thought high school would be a bigger challenge for you. There's no change. Every single year of schooling life, like being in school, you learn more and more stuff. It's not like, oh, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, like it all, and then like, oh, 8th to 9th grade, it's a big change. You learn so much more. Like, that's not how it works. High school, for me at least, was the same exact thing as middle school. It was the same fucking thing. And like I don't know why I'm getting so worked up over this. It just like kind of irks me that like people act as though it's going to change your life. And maybe it's because I'm just your average person. I'm not popular. I'm not like a loser or a weird kid. I'm in between, as most people are. But I also just think like, I don't know, like everyone in high school just does their own fucking shit. And I guess like, okay, I live in a big city. Not really a city, but a big city. Like literally, but not actually. Like I don't live in a place like New York or fucking Seattle. But the place I live is like, you know, big. It's not like a small town. You get what I mean. And it's like, everyone just does their own thing. Like, I can imagine, like, oh, I live in a small town in fucking North Carolina or some shit. Like, yeah, maybe high school will be this big thing for you. But even then, I can't imagine it is if you've lived with, like, the same people and known the same kids your entire life. Like, I can't imagine that that would be a big change. So, like, why do we focus so much on high school? And, like, I mean, I haven't experienced, obviously, like, the shift to college, but I would assume college is like the biggest shift. Maybe middle school, because like from elementary to middle school, most schools, like in elementary school, you have one teacher and then you shift to having like 5 or 6. So like maybe it's middle school or college. I would assume in like academic like journey space, college is probably the biggest change anyone's ever going to have. So high school is probably the smallest change. Like, you go from being like a 5-year-old and you start school. That's a big ass change. And then you go through elementary school, and by 6th or 7th grade, yeah, that was fucking cringe as fuck. By 6th or 7th grade, you're in middle school. It depends on where you live. And that's not a big change other than the fact that you have different class periods, but they're different teachers. Oh, whoop-de-doo. And then high school, nothing fucking changes except for the fact that you need to focus on your grades more. Oh, you need more extracurriculars to go to college. High school doesn't do shit. It doesn't change anything. And also it might be because I live in like the state in the 50th state in the United States for education. Maybe that's it. But like it's baffling to me. Because like I'm going to this orientation today and a bunch of these freshmen a bunch of these freshmen are gonna be like, I'm so scared for high school. Why? Like, we fearmonger children into thinking that it's any different from what they've experienced in the past. And like, even social dynamics, it's like, if you were bullied in middle school, yeah, you're probably gonna still be bullied. If you were popular in middle school, you're still probably gonna be popular. Like, the only way that it would really be a big change is if you moved schools or did online school instead. Like, oh. But, like, really, like, I can't get over the fact that there's so much urgency to, like, make kids, like, scared for their high school experience. And, like, maybe part of it was just, like, my parents. My parents were, like, and as I said this earlier in the video, like 3 minutes ago, like they really stressed, like, oh, classes are gonna get harder, which I am still scared for that because I'm starting AP classes this year. I didn't have any APs my freshman year, and now I'm gonna have 2. My junior year is actually my junior year is gonna be so much hell because this year I only have AP World History and AP Calculus. My junior year, AP Physics, AP Calculus BC, AP whatever the fucking next social studies class is, and AP, I forgot, is it Lang or Lit? I don't remember, for English. I'm gonna be swimming, and on top of that, I'm gonna be doing Spanish 5-6 next year. My class schedule is going to be absolutely insane. And on top of that, I want to get a job and I want to volunteer more. And it's never ending. And really, like, so I guess in a sense, like, there is a change because I didn't care this much in middle school. But again, nothing changed about my day-to-day life. Other than that, I was a little bit more busy. And that's, like, really, like, the only, like, and the reason I'm more busy, like, even, like, my freshman year was more busy than, my freshman year, I was more busy than my middle school years. Because I would study, like, 1 to 4 hours a week. At most 4 hours. And it's just, like, I don't know, I think we stress high school. I guess my overarching point, I sound fucking stupid. My overarching point is that, like, high school doesn't matter as much as most people think. Even for someone who's academically focused or wants to go to like, I want to go to Brown University, which, I mean, I'm not hopeful, but I really want to. I want to go to Brown University. I'm very academic focused and all that stuff and extracurriculars. The change from middle school to high school was so minimal. that like I might as well be going to like a K through 12 school. Because what the fuck? I just don't get it. Like, and I mean, if anyone's watching this, which I probably not, I get like no views, but if anyone's watching this and you go through like a K through 12 school where it's like, oh, all the years, is high school, like, is going into ninth grade as stressed as it is, like, if you're not going to a K through 12 school? Because, I mean, I don't know. So, yeah, see ya.